am, we're streaming. Alright. Hello all. Let's wait till this gets pulled up here. Oh, I meant to, well, probably better off without it, to be honest. I meant to do dual stream, where it streams in the shorts feed, but honestly, it crops weird, so I'm not really too pressed about that. Okay, we're streaming. Let's get the chat pulled up on my phone here so I can look at it away from everything. Oh, jeez. This is the first time I've streamed in a minute. Look at it away from everything. Okay, that's good. Live chat. Should be able to pull that up sideways. Hello, welcome in everybody. Who we got? Marstism, and Ravens. Welcome in. Welcome in. How we doing today? Okay. I wanna. Can I make that full screen on my phone? That'd be dope. I haven't done this in so long. It's been over a year since I've actually streamed anything. Oh, we got 9 people in. Holy moly. Hello, everybody. So, let me give you guys sort of a general rundown of what's going on today. Let me also get my chair. Obviously, the title, we're live streaming, making some pocket notebooks, homemade. I've got, let me see over here. Let me switch to the B cam. So I've got a big stack of paper here, paper cutter. Got different stations. So first things first, we're going to start with the page counting. I'm going to make sure I count out the enough pages that I need to make these notebooks. Before I go through that process, I want to tell you what I'm doing. I'm basically going to make as many pocket notebooks as I can. My goal is to make them basically field notes dimensions. My goal is higher quality. So I've spent months working on this. I've spent months trying to find the best paper that I like and cardstock and pricing and all that stuff. So my goal is to make a whole bunch of them and eventually sell them. So on the merch site and everything. So stay tuned for that. But with that said, why is that not working? Why is that? Chat on my phone is acting a fool. There we go. Anyway, yeah, so that's my goal. Now let's go to Bcam here. So we've got the paper. So I have the paper itself. This is the innards. Cardstock for the covers. There's 4 different colors. And I'll go through specs in a little bit. So I'm going to start here with the counting of the pages. I want to get 48 pages, field notes size, A6, 3.5, 5.5, pocket size, whatever. Got the paper cutter here. And then over here we have, this is going to be where I assemble them. So like I'll fold and I will staple. Then over here, cutting mat, metal ruler, going to trim, make the notebooks prettier. Because usually whenever you fold them, it kind of adds that weird thing at the end. And then at the very end, we're going to stamp them. James, welcome in. The feed is up. Yay. All right. Atharv Space, welcome. I like the emoji. Very cool. Oh. So I'm really excited to get this going. I've been like really antsy in the build-up because I'm trying to make sure everything's set up right. Everything's good. I've never streamed with a 2-camera setup before, so kind of excited for that. But, I mean, shoot. I was going to say let's just wait for some people to roll in, but we've already got 15 people here. Crazy. Thank you all so much for being here. Sorry, I can't pronounce your TSW Joe Q. Excited to see this man. Hey. Glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Let's get started, dude. Let's get started. I'm so psyched. Apologies if I don't read the chat right away, just because I've got different stations that I'm going through. I'm doing the best I can here, so. Oh, yes, Joe. All right. Thanks for letting me know, Joe. Okay, so basically, first of all, gotta switch cameras. See, this is where gonna be some funny stuff. So, I first of all want to show you the prototypes. So I've made 2 prototypes. I have the first one here. I rounded the edges and I did staples. I also used this cheap grid paper that I don't really like. Like this cover is too nice for this cheap and garbage grid paper. So I went with this. This is another prototype. I stitched the binding on this one. I'm not going to do that long term because it takes way too much time. And when this is a sort of trying to make as many as I can situation, I want to do it the quickest. And also, thread's not cheap. And that time is not cheap, so. But we've got the prototype. I've tested it with a bunch of different utensils, so that's good. The paper is really nice. Obviously, the Sharpie bleeds through. The paper is 24 pound or 90 GSM, grains per, I believe that's square meter. And the covers are 110 pound or 300 grains per square meter GSM, which that I've come to understand the GSM is a more accurate read of the strength or durability or the density of the paper. James with the 99-cent super chat. Thank you so much, James. I appreciate you, man. What a legend. So we've got the papers here. I've got 4 different colors. There's yellow, orange, blue, green. This pack of cardstock is called Elementary. I wanted to get something that I can get a variety of different colors for a decent price, and so that's where I landed on. But we've got the 2 prototypes. I'm also going to not round the corners off because I feel A, that's time, and also B, that's more writing space. You get more paper if you don't have rounded corners. So that's kind of where I landed. So first things first. So one sheet of 8.5 by 11 is going to give us 8 pages. 8 pages, 4 sheets of pocket notebook sized paper. So if I do that, 8 pages, 8 times 6, excuse my poor math, 8 times, oh buddy, I need a calculator. What is 48 divided by 8? Who knows it? First to get it, first to guess wins. That's hilarious. 8 times, bro, are you kidding me? This is gonna be where the stream is error because 48 divided by 8 is 6. I thought so. Why did I second guess myself so much? I don't know. 6, thank you. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you. So 6 pieces of this 8.5 by 11 is going to give us a field notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and make one. I'm going to make one notebook to start us off. And then I'm going to go through and do each station. So like I'm going to make a bunch of, I'm going to get all the sheets counted out. And then I'm going to get the covers counted out. And then I'm going to go through and cut them all. And then I'm going to go through and assemble them all and so on and so forth. We've got 6 pieces here, 8.5 by 11. And let's make the cover of this one orange, because I've made a yellow already. Another thing, so it's 6 pieces of this 8.5 by 11, half of this one. So this one sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock makes 2 covers. So we have 6 here. Gonna get my pages cut. I have, you can't see it on stream, but I have it marked exactly where I need to cut. There's a mark at 5.5 inches. There's a mark at 1.5 inches, and the reason for that is, so I slip the paper in. I'll mark it at 5.5. That's exactly half of 11. So that's going to get me to cut this paper in half perfectly, as perfect as we can anyway. So once I get this kind of lined up, I will close, I will lock, and then we will be cutting in half. Okay. Unlock, open up. Okay, so now there's 2 5.5 by 8.5 sections. Then a 3.5 inch spread out like that is 7. So I'll need to take this, and that second marking that I mentioned at 1.5 inches will cut off the extra. So we're going to get our paper as straight as I possibly can manage. With all of this, you're going to get the beauty of the homemade, is it's going to be, every single notebook will be different. It will be imperfect, but it will be custom, it will be beautiful, and that is what we're after. So that's marked at 1.5. Going to just send it through. This is technically too thick because this thing only cuts about 10 sheets at a time. And this is thicker than regular paper. But with that, we have one notebook worth of pages. That's pages. So we're going to set that off to the side over there at the assembly station. I'm going to take my cover and get this cut up. Once again, we're going to cut it at 5.5 first to get it clean in half. Lock it down. Cut. Boom. And then I'm going to cut both covers at 1.5 inches to make 7. Then, just like so, we've got 2 covers. Orange, ready to go. Okay, and we're gonna have a big pile of cutoffs too. Okay, so I'm gonna take one of these and we're going to move to the next station, which is, hello there, back over here. So this is kind of where I don't know if it's more challenging, but it's definitely something. I'm so excited for this. This is so fun. 26 people. Thank you guys so much for being here. Holy moly. That's crazy. Okay. So, I'm going to make sure this is about as straight as I can possibly manage. Got to give it one of these. It's, again, like I said, it's not ever going to be perfect because I'm a human and I'm making these. And as humans, we tend to be imperfect. So, but once again, that's what makes it one of one. So I'm going to take all that as bound together as I could possibly do it, as straight and as perfect as I can. I'm going to give it a good fold. Got to pinch these edges down real good. Okay. Okay. Make sure my stuff's going. 28? Golly, thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Okay, so we got that down. Got to make sure it's folded well. And now I've gone back and forth on how to actually execute stapling these things. It's a little tricky to aim with the stapler here, though it's probably not as hard as I think it is. Just for this first one, I'm gonna try to staple it like proper. And see, that's the problem too, is whenever I do the folding, it's never perfect. I'm gonna fold it outside as well. Gonna fold it like right side out, inside out, something, and then kind of go back and forth. That's gonna weaken up that binding just a little. And then going to straighten that up. And I think too much folding and doing all that stuff is going to cause trouble, I think. So it'd be better off if I just folded it like a couple of times and then, you know, just committed to it. But I want to try stapling it with the stapler just in case. Another issue I have is it may not land just right, but we'll try it. And I'm also going back and forth on, should I do 2 staples or should I do 3 staples? Alright, we're stapled. And I should just go in, try and line that up there. This is not going to be perfect, but again, we're not going for that. Yeah, that one was off. Yeah, so I think I would rather, so there's another method I've found on the internet that you take something and you take a push pin and you push the holes through. Then you get the staples out individually. Then you can land them exactly where you want. That way, it's a bit more consistent. It might take a little bit longer, but I don't know. RD, caregiver guy, welcome in. Thank you, I appreciate that. Glad you like the videos. And then to run Kubaklava. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but hi from Turkey. Hello from the United States. Okay, so this notebook is assembled, 2 staples. I want to see if I can make it do with, what do you guys think, 2 or 3 staples? Because really, I mean, this is going to be essentially merch, so I want to make sure that we're getting your input on it. But I think 2 staples will be good, especially with the more durable covers and stuff. Let's see, Splatter, welcome in. Hello from Malta. Hey, hey. Hey, me from India, Lego Man Studios, welcome in. Lexi says 2 is good, Splatter says 3. Great, now we have conflicting opinions. Thank you, guys. Is there a poll? I could do a poll, can't I? Let's see. Let's see, add poll. How many staples? 2, 3. There's no wrong answer, but I just want to know your opinion. There's a poll. Okay, So our notebook is folded, and we can see here at the station. I want to go for, so I have this ruler. When I made the prototypes, I actually used a clamp, like a woodworking clamp, to hold my ruler down. That way I could cut it perfectly straight every time. I may still do that, actually. You know what? Screw it. I'll do it. Okay. This is not the most efficient way of doing things, but it's what I got. Got that folded. I'm gonna line up where my thingy is. Actually, gonna make that closer to the edge of the table. This is definitely not the most efficient way of doing this. None of this will be the most efficient, but the duration of the stream is going to be me making notebooks, so that's fun. Tyler, welcome in. 2 should be fine. 3 gets in line with field notes and other pocket notebooks. I watched a video on 4 Keys Book Arch channel. Goes through the whole process and uses 2. Binds books regularly. See, I thought the same. I think 2 is enough. 3 is stereotypical, but 2 is technically enough. I even thought about 1. I even played around with the idea of doing 1, but that didn't last very long. Lego Man, I love watching your videos. Thank you, dude. RD says, I always tell my buddies, okay, shh, Gare made a new video, gotta watch. Hey, love that, thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoy the videos. It really means a lot. It really, really does. Lego Man says you're goated. My guy, thank you. When I made notebooks, I did 3. The ones on top and bottom would have the flat side outside in the notebook, and the middle one would go in the other way. Interesting. So you'd staple it from the inside going out on the middle staple. Interesting. I know I forget something. I need my X-Acto knife. Here we go. The X-Acto knife. I have the X-Acto brand, and I have this other one from Hobby Lobby. This one I think is, no, it's not bent. Though what I am going to do is see if the blades are compatible, because I have more X-Acto blades. Bobby Art, welcome in. You have inspired me to create my own pocket notebooks. Thank you, good sir. Glad I could inspire. I appreciate that. Bobby, thanks for sharing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will. That may actually be it. I don't know. I'll try the various knives and see what we do. See what we think. Okay. So I got that. That's legit. I like that setup because it's clamped and it's sturdy, and I don't have to do a lot of work. And this takes the human element out of it a little bit. Okay. Now what I've learned in my experience of doing this, which is minimal, is to not apply too much pressure. Just kind of go over it multiple times as we trim. Woo! And eventually you'll get through. Now also, with this, I do want to make it merch. I want to list these on the merch site. However, you're seeing this is, you know, I've probably taken at least 10 minutes just getting to this point. And I don't know how long it'll take me. This is before even getting a rhythm. Once I get a rhythm and like really assembly line the crap out of this thing, it'll get quicker, but I don't foresee myself being able to make a ton quickly. So what'll happen is, as many as I make today in the stream, I will likely list that many of them. And then once we sell out, if we sell out, and then eventually I'll make more, and then so on and so forth. So it'll be a very limited inventory at the start, but there's kind of a joy in that, and there's kind of a beauty and a scarcity to it. Because if there's a scarcity, that just means they're, you know, the GareTheBear notebooks only come around once in a while, so once you got to get them while you can. Let me look here. Have you ever tried Traveler's notebooks? I have not. Mark Corbett, thank you for joining. I've not, but I've heard lots of good things. I've heard lots of good things about them. And I would like to try them. Is that it's like a brand, right? It's like a brand of notebooks. I knew there's like the Traveler's style, like there's like a, you know how bullet journaling is like a method? There's a brand, but it's also a method of doing things. Is a Traveler's notebook the same thing, where like you take multiple and you like put them together, or how does that exactly work? And then Tyler says, I actually just bought a heavy-duty guillotine cutter last week. Wow. Honestly, that sounds legit. I think a boom would do really well. Watch your videos, Turun Baklava. Watch your videos and start keeping a notebook. Thank you, inspire me. Dude, I'm happy to help. I'm glad I've inspired you. And thank you for taking the things that I say and actually, you know, like, it's one thing to enjoy the videos, but it's one thing to also like apply it. And I think that's really cool, really special. So thank you for doing that. Good idea with the clamp. And your less pressure is better. Cut trimming, yeah. Sharp blade's important. Agree there. Cheese him. Welcome in. Traveler's Notebook is better paper. Okay. And speaking of paper, the notebook's done. I could trim the top, but honestly, I don't really want to. There's like not that much up there. I don't know. I'd have to cut a lot off. What are we at measurement wise? We are at 5.5 by a little bit less than 3.5. But that's okay because we cut a decent chunk off in the folding process. So here's the pocket notebook. Boom. Now all we have left to do. Wait a minute. Sorry, that was anticlimactic. How do I forgot. Hold on. There we go. Okay. And now we stamp. Boom! The first GareTheBear pocket notebook on stream. Bam. Look at that. That looks like, what is that? The Field Book brand? They have orange ones? That's what that looks like, kind of. But the cream paper, let me tell you. The cream paper on these is actually really juicy. I love the cream paper. And that's done. Mark Corbett, it's a leather that slows you to switch out in books. The brand is called Traveler's Notebook. I prefer the non-brand on Amazon. The way they put the bands are not on the binder. Okay. Yeah, so it's like a thing that's what I was thinking. It's like a, sort of like a, keeping a bunch of different notebooks together in one place. Looks like two staples is winning the poll so far. James says, very nice. Thank you, James. And what I'll do now is I will, and this isn't going to be the case with all of them because as I get more, I'll just stack them. But for the time being, I will binder clip. That way the notebooks can kind of, you know, learn to adjust. You know, I said the stapling was a little bit hairy, but I kind of am okay with the way this one's stapled, to be honest. And I almost wonder if it'll be better to just do the staple like instead of poking the holes and doing the thing, because the stapling was quick. I expected the stapling to be one of the longer, drawn-out parts of this, but hey. Okay, so we are one pocket notebook down. I need to find a place to put the inventory. There it is. 34 people! Thank you for being here. Holy moly. I'm going to say 2 staples. Oh my gosh. Claude, welcome in! GTB Live, yes! Hi, let's see, GOG68 says, I really love your video. You made me go back to paper while I was more into writing on tablets. I really love your videos. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Looks like the stream on my end, like the chat on my end is delayed, because I have it on my phone over there, and that's more up to date than my computer, which is kind of funny. Okay, so that's one notebook down. We got the orange one. Let's make a different color. Okay, now I'm excited. Although, I gotta make another orange one, because I already have that cover cut. Okay, so once again, gotta switch cameras. I'm gonna forget to do that so many times. Okay, switching cameras. Cheesem, I just found your channel lately. Your videos are easy to watch. Oh, that's a great compliment. Thank you. Easy to watch is a huge deal because like there's so much stuff you gotta really pay attention to. But this one thing I've really tried to lean into is making it so where the videos you can just have them on in the background. I know people like that a lot, so it's helpful. And on the YouTube side of things, having videos on in the background increases average view duration, so that's always good. Okay. Sorry, gang, the NBA trade deadline is upon us, and so it's getting really exciting on that landscape of things. I'm really into basketball, in case you guys didn't know. It's one of my many hobbies. I think a cool notebook actually would be an orange cover with a basketball design on it. Okay, back to the cutter. And we're gonna go, oh, sheet, get it? Because because it's paper. Splatter says if your stapler can fold out, you can put a rubber under the notebook and then staple, it'll be cleaner. You can bend the end yourself. Okay, I like that a lot actually. And I think it might even be more precise as far as the stapling, like the aiming of the staples. Mark says notebooks are 8.5 by 4.5. The one I got is called Nestor. New Wester. Sounds good. Original brand is Midori. They changed their branding to Travelers Company. Okay. In Search of Midori. It's my first Gare stream. Arte Municato, welcome in. Orange Halloween. GareTheBear jack-o'-lanterns and ghouls. I like that, James. Very cool. So I think what I'm learning is this cutter, the way it is, there's like a wire in here. There's a wire that this blade runs across, and I think it kind of is not perfectly straight, which that kind of is not a huge surprise. Also, this Arte Municato. This is my first Gare stream. This is my first stream too, actually making one in like a year and a half. More streams in 26? Ideally, yes. September Leather is the company, okay? I mentioned before. Where'd you get paper? So I got the paper, thank you. I got the paper from Michael's. Whenever, there was that vlog I made a while back, I bought more cardstock, I went to Michael's. Michael's is where I got all this. This is called the brand, I think it's their brand, it's Recollections. It's either their brand or a brand that they are associated with. The brand's called Recollections, but I get it from Michael's. I'm sure you can get it online elsewhere, but Michael's in stores where I got it. You could also get it online from them. They have more colors online, which I may look into eventually. Okay. Dylan, welcome in. How you doing? Okay, ooh. And see, that's another one of those situations where if I think it's cut all the way through and then it's not, we've got trouble. Okay, that's better. More cutoffs over here. And see, that's nice. I only have to cut the covers once, but I have to cut the pages every time, but that's okay. Made my notebooks, I went with nylon thread. I've thought about doing the thread thing, but thread, to me, it just took too long, and I didn't really feel like dealing with it. I could also measure out exactly half, do a line, and staple on that line, but I kind of would like to have the fold incorporated first. I've been anxious lately, but I'm doing okay right now. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that, Dylan. It is all okay, my friend. Not gonna lie, I voted on the staples, but had no context. Fair enough. Yeah, we were just deciding. We were just trying to decide whether we should use whether I should use 2 staples or 3 in these notebooks. 2 is winning by 3%. All right. Let's see. I always used to groan when my wife wanted to go to Michael's and Barnes and Noble. Now it's getting to the point where I'm the one who wants to go for stationery and books. Dude, it's so good. I love both stores. They're so amazing. And it's so great because where I'm at, there's like one of each super close by, like 5 minutes. It's great. Ooh, camera change. Nice. Yeah, that took me a week to get right. Okay, so we are straight. I think I'm gonna go, I should be more careful because the last time I folded it and the cover itself was uneven. So on one cover I cut more often than the other cover. But this time the covers are more even. I found being creative can help with anxiety. I too have found that in the experience that I have with anxiety. It's a lot about, I don't claim to be a professional on that. But I do find making things and like, I think it's a lot to do, at least for me, it's a lot to do with the control, right? Like I can control the thing that I have in my hands that I'm manipulating. I'm making a thing. So the thing is within my control. I can do exactly what I want with this thing. And it makes me feel better. Mark says, I just found the thread lasts longer. That does make sense. I'm not confident, but I think staples are cheaper. Obviously if you get cheap staples, but off the phone definitely helps. Yeah, that's also very true. That's a tough one though. That's what the channel's all about basically, is let's see how we can not be on our phone all day long. Okay. Now, and see, that's a thing. Also, we got 30. I haven't streamed in so long 32 concurrent viewers is what we're at right now. Thank you all for being here. It's just blowing my brain right now. I'm like, what the heck? It's crazy. Thank you guys. Actually, a study that being happy can make you more creative, and then they found that it works the other way around. Being creative can make you more happy. Scientifically proven. Interesting. Hello there, General Kenobi. Welcome in. General Kenobi. Shouldn't you be in class? I can't hear you. I'm in training. Oh, fair enough, yeah. Don't listen to the audio. It's okay. And if you do, tell everyone I said hi. Dylan says, I miss your lives. It's great to finally see that you're live streaming. Yeah, I've missed doing it, honestly, but it's been, the last year and a half has been like the busiest in my entire life. So, haven't really been able to do lives. Live streaming has been definitely on the back burner. Even if art creation touches on anxiety itself, it's almost cathartic to address how one is feeling. Yeah, for sure. It's like people that write songs about whatever they're going through, and it's another form of art. People that write songs about stuff, writing the song and performing the song helps them go through whatever they're going through. I think it's really cool. But that's the beauty of art, right? It's connecting us with the human experience. It's a lovely, lovely thing. When I had about a month or two where I wasn't creative, I was so sad. Yeah, I feel the same. Like I get a bit more, I don't know, sad may not be the word, but I get like antsy if I can't make something. Do I plan on streaming more? Absolutely. That's my goal. I don't know how often. There is no set schedule, but that is the intention. Honestly, even when these staples don't land super good or super straight, it's still, like, the thing still functions well enough. So it's weird. Toby on stream? No, not Toby. He's in the bedroom. Back to class. All right, my man. Churchy boy. Enjoy. Learn a thing or two. Hopefully. Purchase old notepads. I use the paper to make notebooks, such as account notebooks, grid layout. Yeah, I thought about. That's cool using another notebook it's cool using another notebook to make a notebook. I think that's neat. I was gonna try and do a grid paper for this, but I think it was more of a lazy thing. And also, I feel like with the data that I've collected, in other words, asking people in a video or in the comments, people tend to prefer, like, I think lines is probably the least, lines or grid is probably the least preferred, or plain, I guess it depends, but I felt if I made notebooks with plain paper, that allows people to do anything in it. You know, lines can be constricting, grids can be constricting, but plain paper is obviously it's the least constricting just because you have no lines of any kind. Let's see. Yay, more streams, Ravens? I agree. Yay, more streams. Even when I was feeling uninspired, your videos were ones I'd still watch. Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad that I've been able to be there for you in that way. Is that a new cutting mat? It is new. My mother-in-law gave it to me, I don't know, a year ago, less than a year ago, because she had it and didn't need it. My other one is somewhere, but it's a little big, so I wanted to use a smaller one for this. Dotted for me. I agree, dot grid's my favorite, but I also know that if I were to, basically I'm the one making it, and it's going to be paper however I want it to be. But also, plain is nice if you kind of, I don't know, if you don't care. You know, it's kind of nice because it's good for everything. Dylan was scrolling on Facebook, IG the other day. I saw you there. Oh, yeah, that was so cool on Field Notes Instagram. That was a really fun thing we did together. We did like a, I made that video about, Arti Municato. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that. But yeah, whenever I made the video about everything but notebooks, where I got one of everything that wasn't a notebook on Field Notes, and I reviewed it, that was really fun, and they really liked that video. And so they asked if they could, you know, take the footage and make a short out of it. And so I was like, sure, why not? I just wanted credit. And they boosted the Instagram post and everything, and it actually led some people to the channel, I believe, which was cool. But that was particularly fun. This part is really satisfying whenever the paper is actually held in place really well. Like, having this clamp is seriously so handy. And this is a small enough clamp too, to where it's not super awkward or in the way. Is it? There we go. Okay, let's catch up on chat here. I had to focus on that for a second. Saw a stapler at a thrift as it open on one end. Slows you to put the paper where you want to staple. It shows you where to put the one to staple. That's cool. Chris Dopey, welcome in. Miss Brave, hello from Brazil. Jake, welcome in, man. Good to see ya. Splatter says I need to get back to my writing. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Thank you, Splatter. I appreciate you being here. Let's see. Least favorite field note product. Are you asking what my favorite or my least favorite field note product is? Let's see. Appreciate when brands do it well. Grid is hard to line up. I agree with that. That's part of why also I'm not doing grid, because plain is perfectly easier. Do you have a bone folder? It helps to put a nice crease down the middle. I do not. Any experience with splitting notebooks into different areas? My casework / personal, heard about starting from both sides of the same notebook. I don't like the idea from starting from each side of the notebook as much. I have heard about using, well, I've heard about that where I split notebooks, but I don't think I would ever do it, just because it doesn't feel, I don't know, I would rather have a single purpose, one notebook for one purpose, and then if I want a different purpose, I will use a different notebook, basically. Okay, let's see. Are you chilling? Okay, so my least favorite field note product. Ooh, I gotta look at the site and see what my least favorite is. Just off the top of my head, the Expedition edition is interesting to me. It's not my least favorite, I don't think, but I just couldn't really get with it. Okay, another notebook down, stamp it, boom, we're done. It's another one. That's number 2, and we're streaming for half an hour. Okay. My plan was to stream till noon, so it's 10:37 here, so stream till 12. But this is fun, and I might keep going. I don't know. Are you in bare feet? Maybe keep that to a minimum. Great content. Curious. Harsh. Thank you. Great content you make. Recently found your channel. Recently enjoy your video and really enjoy your videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for considering my work good. Okay. 2 notebooks down. And we're on to the next. Okay. Almost 15K subs. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate that. Congrats on the success. I really appreciate that, Jake. That means a lot. It's been crazy, actually. Like, it's been so wild, the growth of late. And, oopsie. I was looking at the wrong screen. Alright, on to the next one. We have... Okay, so we made orange, and I've already made yellows as the prototypes, but I want to make a blue one now. So, I'm going to get the cover out first. And honestly, too, what I was thinking is... At some point, I would like to just use my own notebooks that I make, because that's really the cheaper way of going about it. Occasionally, I'll get free notebooks from like Field Notes and the like, but occasionally I'll get free stuff from Field Notes and whatever, but not always. I think if I wanted some, I probably could just ask them, but I don't necessarily, I feel a little bit guilty doing that, so I have not really done that, except for like a project. But Pen Meets World, welcome in, man. Nice to see you making your own notebooks. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Gonna be using them and selling them. Okay, unlock. Newest document. Hello, nice crafting. Thank you. Love the design of the log and jotter. That's cool. Yeah, those are not. I tried to subscribe to that, but it didn't work for some reason. Or no, I think I emailed them, and I think they replied, but then never sent me notebooks that they said they were going to, or something like that. Which, it is what it is. Let's see. Where did you buy your paper cutter? I got it from Michael's as well. This is the Fiskars. I don't remember what the specs are, but it's just a paper cutter as far as I know. Okay. How do you feel about moleskin notebooks? I feel well about them. I like them. I've actually been using the the XL Cahier notebooks, these ones here, for my morning pages in the last week or so. I've really been enjoying that. I also used a pocket Cahier for my everyday carry back in October. I was gonna make a video about that, but I never did because I didn't really feel inspired, and also never got around to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I think, you know what I'm gonna start doing. How much are you gonna sell them for? Jake, I don't know. What I'm thinking, I don't know. I think I wanna sell them in like singles. And I also want to do packs of 3 and maybe packs of 5. I don't know for sure though. And then you can also make your own traveler's notebook cover to carry your custom notebooks in. I have thought doing something with leather would be kind of cool. I've never really done anything out of leather, so that would be a first for me, but I would really enjoy learning that. I think that'd be really fun. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm pivoting a little bit. I'm going to just make a bunch of covers. Just batch make a bunch of covers. And then we're going to make the notebooks. But first we're going to just hang out on this side for a little bit. And we're going to make some covers. That way I don't have to keep going back and forth. I can maintain efficiency as best as I can doing this with one person and, you know, whatever. Let's see. The cutters that are gluten style, or are you talking about guillotine style, works well. I picked mine up at thrift store. Interesting. And Scoo, welcome in. Nice to see you live. Love your videos. Love from Finland. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. And thank you for watching. It's one of those things in my videos I always say at the end. I always say thank you for being here and thank you for watching. And there's actually a reason for that. I've never discussed this in a video or on the channel or anything. The reason I say thank you for being here and thank you for watching is because being here, being a human in general is very hard. It is a difficult thing. And so thanking you for being here is essentially just saying, I appreciate that you are here in general. Obviously I appreciate you're here on the channel, but I also appreciate that you are here with us today. And that's just kind of a nod to, like, thank you for being here. Clonely says, yo, AMI days are whack. Bro, I can only imagine. I feel like it would be so unmotivating to not, like, I wouldn't want to do it. If I was a teacher and I had AMI days, I would literally not want to do anything. I probably wouldn't do anything, to be fair. Leather is easier than most people think. If you like Michael's, they sell scrap. There's a little heart right in front of the part of the chat. I can't really see it fully. They sell scraps of leather by the pound. Wow. I know they have leather, but I thought it was just kind of smaller pieces, so I wasn't really sure what the, you know, whatever was like. But that's interesting that they sell it by the scraps. I wonder if I can ask about that next time I'm there. I've always thought it would be kind of neat to try and make my own, like, field notes cover or whatever. It's really cool to be able to watch you make your own notebooks. I enjoy so much doing my own too. Awesome. I'm glad you get something out of this. I'm glad you guys, I imagine, I don't know about what you guys actually think, but if I was a viewer of this, my head would be like, okay, this is really relaxing. Like, I would enjoy watching this for the relaxation aspect of it. And also it's really dope. See, that didn't get straight, or that wasn't perfectly how I wanted it, but we roll but I imagine it would be relaxing. You can make bookmarks with the scraps. Oh, good idea! Bean paste posts. First of all, welcome. Second of all, I love that idea. I've been trying to figure out what to do with these darn things because I have a lot of cutoffs that are going to be, you know, basically garbage. Although we want to start a compost bin at our house at some point, so that might be where I use what I do with my paper cutoffs. Actually, if once we get that started, that will be what I do with my paper cutoffs. To be fair, but oh yeah, we got some covers going now, and I'm gonna do it kind of in a random assortment. That way I can. Do I do it random or do I do it like a bunch of yellow, a bunch of orange, a bunch of green? Also, I'm gonna end the poll. Let's see. 2 staples is winning 52%. I think I'm gonna end the poll. Just because, you know. So 60 votes, thumbs. Yeah, 2 staples won. That's dope. Excited for that. Okay. Also, I am recording this stream, so I'll have this footage because I'm gonna make a video about doing this and setting this up. So I'm gonna use it. That's part of why I'm doing the 2 camera setup, because I want the different angles. Because I'm gonna use this footage for the video that's coming out in a few weeks or in a month or whatever the heck I'm at. See, Mark says the jotter, the designs look like a block print. I always want to do a linoleum block print. That would be fun. We did that. I was in high school in art class. I think it was art the second. Like they had art 1 and art 2. Art 2 was for those that took art 1. And it was a bit more advanced. And I'm pretty sure we did like a printing section, like a unit of printing, where we had a printing press. I printed on glass one time. We did like a linoleum where we carved it, and then we made it was like you carve the positive space in the print, and then you rolled ink on it, and the negative space was what was printed with the ink. So like the leftover was what your image actually was. It was really cool. I'm remembering back to that unit. It was actually really fun. Amy Gray says lino printing. Is it lino printing? Super fun. Will it be available early for Patreon members? Buckeye Cooner, welcome in. Will the notebook merch or the video that I'm making? As I mentioned a couple different things there. The video will always be available early for Patreon members and channel members. And then the merch, I believe I should be able to make it to where it's early access for members and patrons, but I don't know. Pen Meets World says I make personal ones with 2 staples, but if I'm selling mine, I make them with 3. Okay. What would be your reasoning for that? I'm curious to know what your reason is for that. I believe it's how the Is a River. I think you're right. I think they did where they did it in linoleum, or at least a couple of like that middle one was that way. I think, but I'm pretty sure they did them all that way because when they showed the process of how they carved it. Gotta blow that. It's kind of getting a little dusty on me. I loved the artwork for Is a River Alive, though. That was a beautiful set. Got some covers here, man. We are cooking. Do a green one. I was gonna do all this on a timer and see how long it took me to do each thing and calculate that into but I'm not really. I have fun doing this, so I'm not gonna think too much on how long it takes me. Let's see, Coley Ash, I recently asked in a comment about starter videos about getting into writing. You mentioned season 6 playlist. Are you planning on dedicated videos regarding the 101 setup? I think it's been mentioned to me before that I need to do like a basics type of thing. And I think I'm like a playlist on like maybe I'll do a series. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I think I'll do a series on like if I was just getting started today. Or if I'm talking to somebody who's just getting started writing, journaling, using notebooks in general, if I'm getting started and I'm telling them, if somebody's getting started and I'm telling them how I would recommend them do it, I give them like advice or tips or whatever. So maybe there's a series in that, like notebook using 101. It's so funny because I'll get comments. It's so funny. It's just YouTube in by nature. But like, there's people out there that are like super invested, like you guys, like you, fantastic people out here, and they're really into the notebooks and they're really into all of it. And there's some people that are like, dude, it's literally just a notebook. It's not that serious. That's because you don't understand. You don't understand. Okay. We've got a bunch of. I mean, this is just a handful. I'm gonna pivot. So we've got 1 orange. 2 yellow, 2... Okay, I gotta do 1 more orange, and then we're gonna start making them. Mark says that would be a good video idea, as well as going to a thrift, see what supplies you find. I always thought a thrift shopping situation would be fun. Problem is, around my area, there's several thrift stores, but like stationery-wise, I'm not seeing a lot. Because we went not long ago to one, and it wasn't a huge selection. So I don't know. Also, I know where I'm having an issue. This wire is not centered on this channel. So there's a little channel in here where the blade lives. Oh, you know what? That's a problem. The wire is on the wrong side of the blade, I think. Yes! That's why the couple have been off. Dang, that's annoying. Okay, well, I mean, it's not that big of a... I mean, it's not that huge of a deal just because it's not... You know, it's only a couple, and also it's not off by a lot. This is the human nature. These are notebooks made by a human. The other thing I've not done yet, but doing marbling art. It like the paper in old books, swirling designs. That is cool. There's a field notes I used from the Draplin Design Company. It's this turquoise tribute set, and it's like that marbly kind of look. I think that was a really cool design. Would be cool. Let's see. Love the series idea. Would definitely be useful. I think so too, actually. Thank you. Coley Ash would be cool. I was recently diagnosed with ADHD, so having some basic directions on getting started is a blessing. Tend to go side questing, and it seems in the world of note taking there are a lot of rabbit holes. That is true. One thing I will say, I'm not diagnosed with ADHD. I don't know a lot about it. I don't claim to be a professional. However, I will say, if it's kind of like the way I operate with note taking and writing, I tend to try and I do fall down rabbit holes as well, and I get a lot of side tasking. I tend to just, if I'm not doing something like super high stakes or important, just lean into the rabbit hole. Just commit to the side quest, because then you may find something new that you've not discovered before. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 pages. I'm going to do the blue first. I want to make a blue one. So cool. It ink. So you put in water. The paper pulls the ink. Interesting. Interesting. I fell in the rabbit hole on YouTube watching artists on it. Okay. There's so much. That's why I love YouTube. There's so much cool stuff out there that people make. Like, it's just a beautiful place. It can be a beautiful place. It can also be extremely toxic and extremely terrible, but it just depends on what you consume. Let's see. Newest document says, I recently did an ADHD test, and it was autism instead. LOL, but can't relate. Is that just the paper itself not straight, or am I tripping? Mr. Pat should give one of the notebooks away on the live. That would be cool. That would be cool. That'd be kind of a fun little twist. I'm trying to think of how that would work, actually. I think it'd be a really fun idea. I'm trying to think about how that would work logistically. My best option with stuff like that is always just join the Patreon as a free member. That way I can message you directly. Then, if you win, I can get a hold of you and say, hey, what's your address? I'll send it to you. Coley Ash's ADHD is a thing. I've heard of that. It's all on a spectrum as far as I understand, so it's one of those things that's hard to just label. What kind of paper are you using for the core and cover? So, Miss Brave, the guts, the innards, 24-pound, 90 GSM. It's Recollections brand. The cover is 110 pound, 300 GSM from Recollections as well, but got both of them from Michaels. I destroyed my first pocket notebook by accident. Adora Bloom. Oh no. I left it in my pocket and threw it in the wash. I've heard of that. Oh, I would hate for that to happen. That would really be a nightmare. I've heard, so I don't know if you guys have watched Blank First Page. What's his name? His name is Lucas. He made a video on a field notes he used that got water damaged. And how he aired it out and stuff. And it was really interesting. But I really like his videos. One of my favorite people to watch. Because he's also obsessed with field notes, and that's, you know, we're one and the same in that way. Okay, I'm wondering if... There we go. That needs to go on the left side of the thingy. Okay, well, let's cut over to the other section, the other setup here. And make another one. Let's make a blue one. Let's see. Somebody, let me see, where am I at? Getting a bit trippy. Hello, everybody. Back on this side of things. Somebody in the Discord was asking about my internet. Because at the start of this stream, the internet was having a little bit of trouble. Well, not the start of the stream, but before I started streaming, my internet was having trouble. But it came back and all was good. Throw that on the floor for now. Okay, we're gonna fold. I might need to trim the top of some of these, but I don't know. What do we got? 37. Favorite non-field notes. Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of chats all at once. Did you enjoy the art classes at your school, Mark? I absolutely did. I was an art kid. Actually, so after high school, I went to college for a semester, and I was majoring in art with an emphasis in graphic design and illustration. I didn't stay with that. I dropped out after a semester. Basically, I went to college, I met my future wife, and then I left, so that was cool. Did you enjoy art classes? I did. What's the name of the channel? Dylan, the channel I was talking about just a minute ago was Blank First Page. He's about the same size as me. Like, he's got like 12,000 subscribers, I think. Really love his videos, though. Mr. Pat says, favorite non-field notes notebook. I've liked... So, for different applications, I liked the Moleskine Cahier for my pocket notebook. I also really have been digging the Leuchtturm notebooks. I like the A6. I don't use this one as much as I would like to. I also like the Jot books that are by Leuchtturm. Those are kind of fun. I used one for my morning pages a couple months ago. And that was really nice. I really like their paper. It's very, very nice. I haven't used a fountain pen on a Leuchtturm book though, so I don't know how that would work. But I like a lot of notebooks actually. It's just Field Notes is like just my favorite. It's not even the best. Like Field Notes is objectively not the best in quality, but there's something to be said about brand, right? Like they have a very appealing brand draw. And also it helps I've been to the HQ, which was so fun. If ever you have an opportunity to join, or to not join, but to go to the HQ in Chicago, it's so great. Maddie, hello! Speaking of my wife, I was just talking about you. Just telling him how we met in college and then I dropped out of college. Dylan says, oh yeah, I've seen some of his videos, I enjoy stuff. I like his stuff quite a lot. My deeds, favorite size, I'm guessing smaller ones. Yeah, I definitely prefer pocket-sized, but I really have been liking the B6 of the Leuchtturm, the B6 Plus. They call it B6 Plus, but I don't think I've heard that anywhere else. So I don't know if it's actually B6 Plus or if they're just making that up. But that size is nice. I like A5. I also like the Moleskine I'm using right now. I think it says XL, but I'm pretty sure it's like a B5 equivalent, which is nice. But definitely overall my favorite is like an A6 Oh, those staples were almost perfect. Dang it. What mediums did you like? I was a drawer, sketcher. I drew. Drawing was my number one. Line work. About Mark. Maddie, do you have an embarrassing story about Mark? I'm Garrett. But okay. Gonna round the corners? No, that's not, my plan is not to round the corners. Sorry, I'm getting all over the place. My favorite medium was drawing. That was the one I was best at. I also did, like, drawing was really like line work. Did a lot more like cartoony line work drawing. I did also dabble in like detailed realism type of stuff, but not my best and my favorite was just like cartoony line work drawing stuff. I did some painting, but that was never my number one. Painting still to this day is like, you know, it's not my favorite. So Chloe here, Clonely, at Clonely, says, hi Maddie. That's my sister. Maddie's my wife, for those that don't know. The gang is all here. I see. Dang. Siri picked up Mark from my TV. Oh, that's hilarious. Maddie says, no embarrassing stories here. Oh yeah. You gotta join the $25 tier on Patreon to get embarrassing stories. Just kidding. You don't have to join that tier. That's a joke. That's a joke. But also if you want to and if you can. But how are my people doing? It's probably getting close to lunchtime for my schoolie friends. That was a tradition back on the older streams, was Maddie and Chloe would come in. Chloe would say, hi Maddie, in all caps, and then Maddie would say, hi Chloe, in all caps back. It was fun. Fun times. I miss streaming, dude. It's so much fun. Okay. Aren't you at work? Gosh, the metal of the ruler next to the, when it rubs against the metal of this knife is so bad on my nervous system. It's like, I can feel a shiver down my spine. It's terrible. But it would be 100 times worse if it was a stainless steel ruler. Okay. Yee. Okay, I think. No, we're almost there. That was a mistake. There we go. Got that cut off of there. Let's see. Natalia! Joined late, but hello. Yes, I am on my prep. Very cool. How'd you meet? We met in college. We both went to the same college. We met before college, technically, with the whole class of 2024 group chat. Really using your time wisely. Well, that's right. She is using her time wisely, because watching a GareTheBear stream is wise. Pat, do you like to cut them by hand, or have you thought about getting a chopping paper cutter? I like those. I think I've just had bad experiences with them, not being able to cut in straight lines. I feel like they get bowed. I don't know how true that is, though. Maybe it just needs to be a better cutter. That would be really nice for doing this quicker. And also, I'm thinking, even the Field Notes ones, like the staples aren't perfect sometimes. Use your paper cutter. For the trimming, I don't wanna. And also, this is too thick. The reason I'm using the X-Acto knife for this DRV cubing is because this is way too thick and it'll tear up the paper cutter. And really, doing the pages is a little bit too thick, but the guillotine cutters can be dumb. See, I think sometimes they're just bad. I don't know if they're consistently, if they just are bad as a concept, but I've just not had good experience with them in the past. But also, like you said, the ones I've ever used are probably also old. So we're just going to binder clip these bad boys. We're almost to the point. This is my third one I've done in over an hour. Well, less than an hour because I did the first 10 minutes yapping and not making anything. But also, the staples are not perfect. I think whenever I list them, I'm going to brand them as like, these notebooks are made by a human. So everyone is slightly different. They're all slightly off. They're slightly imperfect. But that's the beauty of them, you know? Okay. I think I'm going to change it up just a little. In that I'm going to get the paper. I'm going to just let me cook. Just let me cook. Okay. Okay, so we have all these covers. I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Made by hand. Exactly. Made by human hand. Not machine hand, human hands. Made by hand. Handmade. I actually set the listings up today, but I'm not going to put product images on until I've got more of an inventory. There was one I saw on YouTube video that would press the notebooks down and spin a wheel. Brings a blade down. Share it. Yeah, share it in the Discord, Pat. That'd be interesting to see. I think after this and after getting some more feedback, I'll be able to like refine this process. But I knew in the beginning, I was like, this is not going to go perfectly. This is going to go great, but it's not going to be perfect, and there's going to be many things that need to be fixed about it. But that's what's fun about it. You know, you can make adjustments and things like that, and eventually refine it down to a really, really nice, seamless process. Okay. Yeah, see, this paper is like... It's not straight. The paper itself is not straight, or the cutting mat's not straight. But I would hope the cutting board is straight, but oh well. Okay. Okay, yeah, so see, whenever I do it this way, so I cut the 6 pages of 8.5 by 11 in half, so now I have 12 thick. This is when the paper cutter has a little bit of issue. It still works, but yeah, and see, that's not even like, that's ridiculous. I almost wonder if this is the better side to straighten it out. I don't know. I should do it this way. Actually, yes, let's straighten it this way. That way, see, I'm learning. I'm straightening it this way. That way, these longer sides are as even, and then I can just trim off the excess. And also, I think there's an aesthetic with books when the pages are like kind of rough around the edges. Like they're not perfectly flat along the edge of the notebook, but or the book or whatever. They're like jagged like that. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Pat just shared the video. Thank you, Pat. Appreciate it. I'll take a look at it. Mark says, it's a good thing about making your own paper selection. I made one with drawing paper, watercolor paper, another with dot grid. So many great choices. You're absolutely right about that. Uh-oh. Oh, that did go. Never mind, we're good. So, here's what I'm thinking. Gonna set that with that. Gonna move it over to the side. Then we're gonna start another one. Chloe says, low-key, love that you're doing a live of making stuff. Recent trend of AI on Facebook making an image of you and your occupation. It's refreshing to see people actually making things. Dude, I've been looking forward to doing, literally this has been a plan. A lot of the things I've made lately, a lot of videos in this stream, a lot of the things I've been making, I've been ideating like months in advance. So I'm not just thinking of something and then making it as much anymore. It's more so the schedule. I've done 2 videos a week, and I'm also scheduling things out so far to where I give myself lots of time to be ahead. But I'm glad that it's refreshing. That's what it's all about. The ragged paper is called Decal Edge, I think. Okay. Let's get a fact check on that. Let's see, because I want to know. That's interesting. Because then I can also say like, hey, I did this on purpose. Ha ha ha. Let's see. Mark Corbett. I picked a grid. Let's see. A couple of field notes books out of it. Very cool. Hi, Gare, do you remember Niha? I'm sorry, I'm not certain if I do. Seen been grateful to receive a lot of comments in the last several months to where it's a lot of people coming in and out. So I apologize. Natalia, is it linen paper or just normal paper? It's just 24-pound, 9 GSM. It says paper. I'm not certain. So solid core, acid and lignin free. Not certain exactly. So my answer is probably not, because I think that linen stuff is really expensive. But I also saw a video they use a sewing machine for binding. I've heard of that. That might be nice. I just need to have Maddie teach me how to use the sewing machine. That might be handy though. Video idea, you should do a journaling haul at the dollar store. I think I've written that idea down about 100 times, I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's so many times I've thought about the idea of, let's do a budget stationery haul, or a budget journaling haul, or whatever, to see what you can get for cheap. So I've thought, like, let's go to the Dollar Tree and have a $10 limit, or whatever, and then just get as much as I possibly can, journaling stationery-wise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But, Pat, I love that idea. I would love to make that at some point. Are you a watch guy? I just picked up a Casio and this cheap watch. I'm enjoying it. I am not a watch guy, but I wear a watch. $1.25 store. CG Palion. Welcome in. That is very accurate. But I'm not a watch guy, Mark. It's more so I just wear a watch because I like to know what time it is without having to look at my phone. The watch is something I did adopt. I've been wearing watches on and off my whole life, but I really have started to build the habit back up a couple years ago, and I've really enjoyed it. And recently I got this new watch because my old watch broke, actually. But I got this new one, and it's analog, which is kind of funny because I've had to sort of reteach myself how to tell time on an analog clock. Now, yeah, it says never give up. That's what it says. But I had to sort of reteach myself how to tell time on an analog clock, which is a little embarrassing to say. But then again, I hear about people that just simply never get taught, which is kind of crazy to me, but it's just a different time. That's basically all there is to it. It's a different time we live in. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it, because also it gives you that physical representation of how much time has elapsed, which is a nice thing. What is go-to? My go-to is black. The color black, affordable. I tend to gravitate towards Casio, whatever the heck you pronounce it. I don't really have a go-to watch. Maybe it's something I look into, but I don't really have a go-to watch brand or anything like that. Having just a regular old watch means less checking the phone. Exactly. Tyler, which Casio did you get? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tyler's a watch guy. There's lots of watch guys in this space, like, well, I should say watch folks, watch people. Because there's the analog space is a very broad place to be. Like notebooks, pens, stationery, watches, EDC, it's all kind of lumped together, I feel like. At least it can be. Or people in the space can appreciate a good flashlight, or a good EDC knife, or something like that, you know? But also, the people that can appreciate a good EDC can also appreciate a good notebook, so it's a win-win. This paper's kind of bowed a little bit because this pack has been open for a little while, so maybe that's affecting the thing. I don't know. But as of right now, I'm just kind of like getting some cut and loosely assembled. Okay, so I have to like center. Well, no, I don't actually. Just kidding. I genuinely think either this style is like this paper cutter is bowing the thing, or the paper itself is not straight, one of the two. But it's not a big enough thing to like scrap the whole project. It's not a big enough deal because again, it's a notebook. It's not gonna be perfect. Even the ones off the assembly line from Field Notes or whomever are not gonna be perfect, which is kind of nice in that way. It kind of makes the barrier to entry much lower for just a regular old guy making notebooks. I'm also really psyched about doing this. So, Casio Silver 168. I think this is, I don't remember what this one's called. It's a quartz. Casio quartz. So if that means anything to you. Also over here, let me switch views for a second. Just to show you kind of where I'm doing. As I'm getting these put together, cutting the paper out, I'm crossing them. So that way I can keep them all separate and stuff. But either way, I need a drink of water. Always stay hydrated, my friends. Gotta have the Grappling Design sticker on there. We love a good water. Water's so good. Hashtag water. Okay. 1, 2. I also picked up Timex 3, 4, 5, 6. Casio W217H. Yeah, I think every watch I ever get for my life will be different. I think. Because I just like a good watch. I like wearing a watch, regardless of it. I have enjoyed the Velcro strap as opposed to the one with like a belt. I don't know if you'd call that something specific or what, but it's like a belt with the holes, with the pre-cut holes and the little notch thing. I don't know. But I do know that I used to have one like that and it was okay. It's just the sizing is so predefined. It's really hard to, you know. Would you ever splurge on an expensive watch? Oh, buddy. Probably not. I would rather splurge on an expensive something else. I also have a Fitbit. Nice. I've heard those are cool. I think I know the answer, Clonely says. Would you ever consider using a smartwatch? Ugh, that's tough. No. Well, okay, let me rephrase it. I would consider it, but I don't think I would actually go through with it. I would consider it, but I don't think I would do it. For the sole purpose of, I don't want notifications coming to me any other way besides my phone, because the phone is already too many. I don't want the notifications. I want to be able to look at my wrist and tell time. I want it to be one of those things that serves one purpose and one purpose only, and that is telling the time. Had a few watches in my life, but I'm too rough. And see, that's something I've heard is people like, you know, people don't wear rings and people don't wear watches because they just do too much work with their hands and it just is too much damage. That it's like, it's not worth the investment. 4, 5, 6. Let's see, Me's Deeds. Got a smartwatch recently. The best part is having vibrations on my wrist. See, that might be interesting. I've always been keen on, if I have my, like, I rarely have vibrate or a ringtone on my phone. I don't want to know it's there most of the time. But if I'm obviously trying to, you know, keep in touch or whatever, or be aware of whatever, I just keep it close to me. Crap. Got an ad. Chat went away. Natalia, I don't like smartwatches. I don't think I know all the features. That's where I'm at. I think there's just too much going on. It's not a watch. It's a smartphone that lives on your wrist. Probably. I've also never used one, so. Don't know if it's too personal or if you've ever said, what do you do for work? It's technically confidential what I do, but technically not. I am not going to say just because there's a lot of confidential information that I'm in charge of, so to speak. Long story short, I am in service. I'm in customer service. But that's basically the gist. And it's also like, it's one thing it's not necessarily private, but it's also like, I don't care that much about it, and it's not that important. I mean, it's important to me because it's my job and it pays the bills, but it's like, what I'm doing here on stream and like talking to you guys and doing YouTube is what's important to me as far as work. So like, but it's also like, I could get in big trouble if a lot of, you know, information, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, Let's see. My phone stays on silent, always. Would you ever want to make your own watch bands? Paracord seems like your style. Nobody here for now. Welcome. And also, watch bands would be interesting. Paracord is kind of a fun style. I don't know, I have... Like, my Swiss Army knife has a paracord strap on it that I made. I have paracord somewhere. I've done certain projects with it, but not anything recently. But that would be kind of fun. Great being able to select which apps will vibrate and have my... That is kind of cool. Walmart had a good sale on the Timex removing old stock on $20. Wow, good price. Fair enough. Do you use your field notes every day at work? I use my field notes not for my job necessarily, but I do use my field notes every day regardless. Like at work, I'll do a lot of journaling, video ideas, because like when I'm at work, I'm the stereotypical guy in an office job daydreaming about what he would rather be doing. Not always, but sometimes. So I'll be writing videos, I'll be doing video ideas, I'll be doing journaling, trying to work on staying positive at work instead of being like, oh, I don't want to be here like all the time. I'm working on trying to make the very best of it. But I do carry my field notes on me all the time. It's actually, so it's funny because I started using pocket notebooks before well, that's not true. I started using pocket notebooks and I made a video about it right when I started, but I didn't actually make videos about pocket notebooks until about a year later when I had been using them for a little while. All right, Mark. Thanks for being here, dude. I appreciate you chatting it up with us. Good to see you, Mark. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. But yeah, so I made my first pocket notebook video was, I don't remember what it was called, but it was like March of 2023. Yes, March of 2023 was when I made that video. And it was basically about, I remember it like it was yesterday. That day, I woke up at 9 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get out of bed until 11 o'clock in the morning because I was scrolling on my phone. And that was one of those moments where I was like, okay, something has to give. I have to change my behavior. So, I got a pocket notebook, started writing in it, and the rest is history, basically. So, that's where it all started. But it was not, like, I don't know why I feel kind of, it's in stationery as a general has always been a hobby of mine. Like I've always, if Chloe's still in here, she can attest to the days of old. It was like Christmas going back to school shopping, with the whole going to get new pencils and new notebooks and pens and erasers and scissors and all that cool stuff. I mean, that was like Christmas for us. Was going to the back to school sale at Walmart or whatever, and it was just a blast. Yes, back to school shopping. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, it was so much fun. It was an absolute blast. So the stationery love. Oh, same. It still is. Back to school, like you said, it's a national holiday. But the seed of the stationery love and the arts and crafts love has always been there for me. And so I have felt at times, because I used to make videos about all kinds of stuff, basketball and vlogs and stuff, and I finally landed on stationery and making notebooks and writing topics and things like that. And for a while I felt a little guilty, like, man, am I just doing this for the views? Because it just happened to do really well on YouTube. But then I'm like, you know what? It's really just something I'm into. And I think that's the golden ticket, right? You find something on YouTube that you like and that also people like. And so it's like a really cool, perfect balance, really. The only good thing about back to school was the shopping. Facts. Mom and I love going back to school shopping. It's such a good time. I always love going with Maddie every time she starts a new school year. She's a teacher. And so we'll go back to school shopping and get her some classroom supplies and stuff. And it's such a joy. Back to school shopping is my favorite time of year. It really is. It's such a good time. And also you get some good stuff on a pretty good sale usually. Like I always loved the one subject notebooks for $1/4. That was the best. I think it still is. Even more fun as a teacher, low-key. Okay. Maddie says, I love back to school shopping. I'm so glad you're still here. Didn't know if you were here or not. But it's just, it's such a blast. Back to school shopping is such a blast. Got several notebooks worth. I've only got, what's this? 7 left of the ones that I've cut already. We love the teacher. Oh yeah, I even forgot about the teacher discount. 1, 2. That's something I didn't even, I forgot all about that, but the teacher discount's crazy. I know they have it at Target. I don't know if they have it at Walmart. 5. They have it at Michael's. Big deal. Recently went back to school shopping with for my brother, and of course had to get some stuff for myself. Of course. Dude, because the deals are even better and you can actually use all the classroom supplies. Facts. Do be working. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I guess you're allowed to work. I do be working too, but my work's probably more fun. Although I don't know. You do be loving what you do, and that's awesome. And I love that. I'm almost like 99% sure this paper is not straight. Like I don't think this paper is straight. But we ball, as they say. Bro, get out of here. Oh, can you hear that? The bird's out my window. There's a bush right outside the window of the office of the GareTheBear studio. There's like this big thorn bush, and there's a bunch of birds that live in that and like hang out there. And I swear it is the most beautiful thing, just sitting here chilling or working on something, and you just hear a bunch of birds singing in the background. It is so... It's good vibes. It's good vibes. Oh. Let me see, how did I want to do that? We're gonna do this, then the edge that I didn't stamp down will be nobody here for now. Do you have a favorite bird? There's a woodpecker that likes to visit my window, haha. Do I have a favorite bird? I don't really know enough about birds, to be honest, to have a favorite. Cardinals are pretty. I don't know if I have a favorite bird. I just like birds in general. Collectively, birds as an animal are beautiful. Pat is asking Maddie, do you like the pink pen he got you in the video he recently released? Oh, she uses it all the time. I'm gonna answer from my perspective. She uses it all the time. So, I love that. She loves it. I'll let her answer that. Also, just my timely thank you guys for being here. Because still 36 people is mind-blowing to me. Thank you guys for hanging out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I was reading the chat and I was counting. I'm like, I don't know if I counted this right. I'm like 90% certain that that edge is not straight. Yo, GTB birthday in 9 days. Yes! Maddie says, I love pink things in general, plus the metal pen feels nice. See? I'm putting everybody on the metal. Metal pens are great. The weight. In my opinion, the weight is what makes a metal pen superior. Because I feel like, anyway, for me, I have more control over just what I'm putting down, whether it's writing, drawing, whatever. So the weight makes it a huge difference. That is... Oh, wait. Just kidding. Haha, I put it on there wrong. Birthday in 9 days. I'm super psyched about that. Going to be 1 year older. Oh, gosh, see, that's... This edge needs to be a little bit more high, a little bit better. Okay, make sure that's nice and straight on there. Yeah, even still the paper is most definitely not straight. That's wacky, bruh. Try one more time. Oh, you know what? What if I did it this way? Oh, buddy. So it was not as much a paper error, but it's more a human error. Believe it or not. That's hilarious. Because as I'm stacking this paper, it's not perfectly straight. Oh, let's see. I get the weight thing now. I was writing a good old Ticonderoga yesterday. I felt like feather compared to mechanical pencil I was using for tick notes. That's amazing. The paper's gay. We accept you, gay paper. Gay paper? I mean, all the different colors, you mean? If so, yes, we do accept you, gay paper. We accept you very much, gay paper. Oh, wait, it's not straight. I get it now. Ha 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 ha. That took me a minute. Oopsie poopsie. Took me a second. But also the multicolor nature is consistent with that as well. Newest document, we love some gay paper. Yes. Yes. Okay. Got that. We are cooking. This stack of unmade notebooks, but cut notebooks is getting higher, which is so exciting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have this little post-it here to label the station. I'm going to move it over because it's kind of in the way. Bro, why am I getting hair loss ads? I am insulted. I might be thinning, but that doesn't mean you gotta call me out like that, bro. The little back of my head might be getting a little thin, but it's alright. It's alright, we are here. We are chilling. How many notebooks are you making? Seems like you never end the cutting paper. I am making as many as I can in the next, I don't know, what time is it? 11:30? Next half hour or so. I will probably, after I get this stack of papers cut, I will probably pivot to binding them. That way you guys don't have to suffer through watching me cut paper for the next half hour. But yeah, I'm just gonna make basically what I've got pre-cut here. I'm gonna make. Have you ever made your own cover for your notebook? Saw a dude use a Lego bag as a cover. Embrace the hair loss. I had to. Yeah, I'm not certain it's gonna come all in one. Like, I think it's gonna be one of those things I have a bald spot in the back of my head forever. But I don't know. I'm just kind of, I'm new to that idea, so it's kind of like I'm just kind of getting started, adjusting to it. Yes, half hour so you can watch Kiwi stream at noon. Yes, bro. That'll be my lunch entertainment, because you know I gotta be watching YouTube when I eat lunch. Anybody? If just put it in the chat if you watch YouTube when you eat lunch or any meal, because I know it's gonna be popping, because it's just the best thing to do. There are times where I attempt to raw dog life and don't watch YouTube while I eat lunch. But the problem is I can hear myself eating, and it makes me crazy. So that's where we stand on that. You know what I might do? It's a little late to make this development, but let's see. Where is it? Where is my other cutting board? Or my other cutting mat, rather. Trying to find my other cutting mat. Oh, I might have put it standing up somewhere, maybe? Where is it? I haven't used it. Oh, there it is. Right. It's literally right where I was sitting. That's annoying. But anyway, this is the OG cutting mat. Look at that. Okay, I might see. It's actually a little bit bowed, so never mind. Scratch that idea. Have to go. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you for being here. James definitely watches YouTube at lunch. Dylan watches YouTube at lunch. We all be watching YouTube at lunch. So good. My YouTube is it varies quite a bit. I have a lot of basketball, like ESPN talking head stuff on my YouTube. Then I have a lot of stationary notebook YouTubers like myself. And then there's like NBA 2K gaming, and then there's like, that's basically it, honestly, just basketball and notebooks. That's basically what I watch. And shamelessly, I watch my own videos as well, but I am proud of them and I like them, so why not, you know? No point in not watching your own stuff if you're proud of what you make and happy with what you make. Okay. We are locked in, folks. $41 people. I keep looking at how many people are here, and I'm tremendously grateful. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. I appreciate it more than you know. It means a whole lot. I was anxious before this started because I'm like, bro, I was just nervous because I want it to go well and everything. And of course, it's one of those things. It's something I care about. It's something that I want to do well. So obviously, you know, but the style of paper trimmer is good enough for me at home. Besides cutting by X-Acto. Hold on, let me get this lined up real quick. The big fancy self-sharpening rotary cutter for photo prints at the shop are nice for super straight. That's intense, but I love it. Nerves mean you care, yes. Going through the first 2 boxes of Hot Wheels and finding their prices while watching you. Dude, are you flipping Hot Wheels? That's awesome. I used to do that with basketball cards, but then I spent way too much money on it and started saving my money instead, and I magically had money. You're doing really well. It's pretty therapeutic to watch. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I too am enjoying it. Okay. Now, Chloe, that's something I've learned of late is nerves and anxiety about something tend to mean you care. You know, it's something that you want to perform well, you want to succeed in, whatever the case. So being nervous about it is a sign that you give a hoot. Speaking of cards, are the binders of baseball cards at your house or Dad's? They're at my house. I'm looking at them. Oh no, I'm sorry. The binders of basketball cards are with me. There might be baseball cards, I don't know, but I have all the basketball cards. Dad may still have all the baseball cards, I don't know for sure. With my dad's collection, he started to collect before I was born, so I can sell them. That's awesome. What a dope idea. Collect a bunch of... I think Hot Wheels are one of those things that, like, they're a really high return on investment if you can find the right ones. Justice, what's up, man? Welcome in. Are you at lunch? 4, 5, 6. My boy got to spend his 25 to half-hour lunch with me. What a guy. What a homie. Okay. Let's see, get that lined up. Yee, very nice. Been busy today so far? Hopefully not. Hopefully it's been really slow. You've been able to come up with ideas and write and do fun things. How dare you stream whilst I work? Dude, it's been so much fun. I hate to break it to you, but it's been a blast. It's been so much fun. But how dare you work while I stream? My friend from Florida is a huge baseball fan. He's going to visit soon for a grad school audition. I wanted to show off our collection. Ah, there was one I found in our collection, actually. It was like an autograph or a patch or something. It was probably worth like $100. So, you know, not so much. But still. I looked it up on eBay back in the day. It was only me. Only me? What do you mean? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's super clutch that the other workers were coming in late, had to call off in the front. Oh my goodness, that's brutal, man. Look at you killing it though. But yeah, I really am happy that I made these markings on this cutter because that makes life so much easier. Because basically this cutter will be almost exclusively used for making notebooks until further notice. So having these exact lines marked is super handy. Okay, this is the last notebook, at least that I've pre-cut. All right, time to cut over to the other setup. Hello. More water. I forget how dry my throat gets when I've been talking on stream for so long. How many have you made today? I've made 3 in completion. 1, 2, and 3. Just as I did 2 staples per, and I just stapled them like you were talking about yesterday. And they're kind of straight, they're kind of okay. But they're really cool. They turn out so good. I love them. Make paper stars with the baby scraps. Paper stars, like or like a snowflake. I'll probably do a lot. So somebody earlier in the stream recommended I make bookmarks out of especially the cardstock. I think it's a fantastic idea. So do bookmarks. I could even sell bookmarks for goodness sakes, or make them like a free, buy a notebook, get a bookmark. That's what I'll do. Gotta write that down. Gotta whip out the field notes. This is a custom I'm using right now. I'm using my 10K custom as my current notebook. Let's see. As if you free bookmark with purchase. Okay, on. Now the mission is fold and staple. Fold and staple. Fold and staple. Do you laminate any of your field notes covers? I don't. What I used to do with my first, half a dozen field notes was I would tape the spine to increase the structural integrity of the thing. And I also would put a bookmark. Then I got to the point where that was too much work, so I quit doing that. So now it's just I've gained an appreciation from watching videos on YouTube and like seeing other people's opinions, and then using field notes and using them and using them again, garnering my own opinion. But what I've come to appreciate is the natural wear and tear of a notebook, of a field notes. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my water as a paperweight, and I'm gonna continue folding. That way they're all folded. But I appreciate the wear and tear of a field notes more now than I did, so I don't really laminate them. I don't really try and make them more durable. And also, it kind of looks, it gives it that aesthetic that it's lived in, it's more lived in feel. So I don't laminate mine. I've heard a lot about that. I've used clear packing tape as a laminate. I like that it looks homemade-ish. Yeah, so my older notebooks, these ones, the Pen and Gear ones, I packing tape laminated every single one of them. So I get that. It is a nice homemade feel, and it's legit. It's definitely legit. Sent you a paper star video. Okay, bet. Okay, bet. I might have to cross these. That's better. Got an ad. Ugh. What do you guys think about the frequency of the ads you're seeing on the stream? Because I can adjust that on my end. I don't know if it's too much, or if it's fine, or if you're not even noticing, or if you use premium and don't see ads anyway. Let me know what you think. Also, apparently, in streaming now, viewers can get XP. I'm not getting ads on premium. But you can get XP, so like the more you chat, the higher your XP, and like the more you rank or whatever. So like Chloe has a badge right now, it's number 2, so she's the second highest chatter apparently, which is very interesting. That must be a fairly new thing. It's really dope though. Yeah, and then Dylan is number 3 in the chat. Just got one, but I'm not staying much longer. Not a huge deal, man. You gotta eat lunch and you gotta take care of business. It's been happening for about 6 months. You should consider using Thor's hammer as a weight. That is a good idea. Oh crap! I'll have to take you up on that. As soon as I become worthy enough to wield it, I will use it. So it's a 6-month thing. Okay, Dylan, thank you. I know it's been fairly new. I remember seeing some kind of email about how they redid streaming. And actually, before this started, the stream, I was gonna do where it's like a dual stream, where you can stream on it'll come up on the main feed and also the shorts feed. That'd be really cool. But I must have clicked off of it by accident. And so, it's just not gonna happen. I know a guy. Bet. Okay. That is not sustainable as a paperweight. I need a better paperweight. Or I just suck it up. Yo, Justice knows Thor? He does. Matter of fact, Justice is Thor. Also, hi, I'm his sister. LOL. Hello. Usually the number one, I'm number one, Flip's hair. But there's a lot of people here and I'm busy. All of y'all will be obliterated. JK. He and I went to college together. What? Oh, Thor and him. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I went to college with lots of folks, but not Thor. Sad. Could you use your clamp to clamp? Problem is that would work to the table. Here's what we do. That's an idea. That idea inspired me to do something slightly different. Do I have big binder clips? I have big binder clips, but I don't know where they're at. And actually, I think a rubber band might be better. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the ones that I've made, rubber band them. Boom. That way, at least they're together. There we go. You lived across the hall from me. Hey, yes I did. That was so much fun. That was so much fun. Clamp some boards to distribute pressure. Oh, that would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Back to the grind. See ya. Take it easy, Justice. Thank you for being here, buddy. Thank you, sir. In life and college. Facts, bro. That was so good, dude. Living across the hall from me was freaking fun. We had the good times back in the day. Not me gonna cry here in a second. Pandemic living was low-key so fun because we were home all the time. That was really fun. That would have been a different time if we didn't have each other. Different time entirely. Also, low-key, I'm cooking with these. Spending college years with friends throughout from elementary school was a magical time. Oh, that must have been awesome. Did you guys all go to the same school or something? Like the same college, I should say. College, university, whatever you want to call it. Wherever you're from. Just, I needed the... Not the... I don't need the pressure necessarily for this stack. I just need them to stay together. That way they don't fly everywhere. I want to keep the covers shut. Helps the days get by. That's so good. So good. What are you guys having for lunch? What time is it where you're at, first of all? And second of all, what are you having for lunch? I'm going to have a chicken meatball sub, probably. Because we got these chicken meatballs. And they're fire, dude. They're so good. Fine Line and Heartbreak Weather helped too. Also facts. I listened to Chloe. I listened to the Delwater Gap and Nile collaboration when they did Dollhouse Live together. And bro, it's so good. It's so good. It's about noon and I got some leftovers. Oh, dude, I love leftovers. Dude, leftovers and I are buddies. I have leftovers for lunch almost every day. That's how Maddie and I do our food, essentially. Like, we'll make a dinner, but we won't cut the recipe in half or whatever. Well, she'll make dinner, I'll do the dishes. But we'll make a recipe that basically feeds 4. And so we'll have dinner, and then we'll also have lunch the next day. So we never have to go get lunch stuff, which is really nice. About noon, got some leftovers, CET here, 7 p.m. Oh, 7 p.m., my goodness. Good evening, fellas. Good evening, friends. Leftovers are the best thing ever. I agree. Pro move. I think I'll make a sandwich. Ooh, a sandwich is dope. 12:47 over here. It's 11:49 here. It's so cool to see that there's so many people from different parts of the world that are all here. Almost one and a buffalo chicken wrap. Dog. That's delightful. Probably have 2 hot dogs. Might make chicken ramen with diced hot dogs. I've heard about that. I've heard about from people at work that hot dogs cut up in ramen is really good. I've heard about that. I think that would be really interesting to try. Hot dogs for me, I like hot dogs, but also like I want to have my hot dog at a bonfire. You know, I don't want to just have a hot dog in the microwave for myself. If I'm gonna have a hot dog, it's gonna be with a burger or on a bonfire. Let's see, accidentally got free Culver's burger, so I took it apart. Keep it fresher for reheating. That's legit. Also, Acereji, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Hello! Hello! Bro, I ran out of buns at the concession stand yesterday. I still had 10 hot dogs. So many people refuse a hot dog without a bun. That's understandable because the experience of eating a hot dog with a bun versus without one is a lot different. I ate crepes at lunch and I'll have a soup, veggie, and lentils for dinner. Very nice. For breakfast, I had a hot dog wrapped in scrambled eggs, cheese, and 2 bacon strips. Dude. I imagine having a hot dog for breakfast is comparable to like a sausage link, perhaps. It's probably a similar vibe. Naked glizzies and my students were cringing. Bro, why would you do that? Bro, that's so wacky. Hot dogs and ramen is so delicious. I guess I'll have to try it. One of these days. Also, I said I was going till noon. It's 10 till noon right now. I want to finish these notebooks first, and then I'll go. What's your usual hot dog condiment add-on situation? I'm very basic. Hot dog. Actually, I do barbecue sauce. I like a Sweet Baby Ray's on my hot dog. That's usually my go-to. Because school would be boring without me. I agree. I always wish, Chloe, I wish I had you and I wish I had Maddie as teachers. Because that would be so much fun. It'd be so epic. Guess that paper's a little taller. I must have cut that one a little wacky. Oh well. Ketchup only, which would get me shunned in Chicago. See, I don't even do ketchup on a hot dog. I like ketchup, but I don't want it on a hot dog. I would rather, and this might be really weird, but if I'm gonna have ketchup with anything, hot dog, burger, whatever, it will not be on the item. For example, a burger, a cheeseburger. If I'm gonna have ketchup with it, it's not gonna be on the burger. It's gonna be next to the burger where I will dip my burger in it. And for me, I think what I've decided is it's a temperature issue. I don't want the ketchup to get warm on the burger. I want it to be cold ketchup, dipping a warm burger, and then enjoying it. Favorite ramen recipe is chicken ramen, cheese, preferably pepper jack, or cheddar and ketchup. Best friend tried it. Wow, okay. Interesting. They have, at one point they had like one of those cup ramens, but it was cheddar cheese flavored. I always liked that one. Bro, one of my students eats ketchup with steak. That's not terribly unreasonable. It's like a steak sauce, sort of. As a Chicago person, it's just wrong to put ketchup on a hot Chicago dog because it's already got tomato on it. Oh. Animations, hello, welcome in. Thank you for being here. One thing I have still yet to try that I want to try is Chicago pizza. I have yet to try like a proper Chicago pizza, and I want to. Now, our fellow Chicagoite, whatever you are, you are in the culture. What exactly makes Chicago pizza Chicago pizza? Shakibi gets on to me for using A1 on my steaks. Bro, A1 on your steaks is legit. Also, this is a thick stack, and look at that. That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 notebooks I just put together. Now it's time to staple. Okay. Lock in. Hot take, mac and cheese with ketchup is really good. I agree with that. Okay. Oh, that was actually pretty good. Deep dish pizza So, Churchy Boy's back. Hello there. General Kenobi. Deep dish pizza is what people associate with Chicago pizza, but that's generally one night out with the family for the year. Okay. Yo, mac and cheese actually might be my lunch. Dude, let's go. General Kenobi, are you at lunch? See, now I'm catching everybody on all of our Central Time friends. I'm catching us on their lunch break. Check out tavern-style pizzas. Hold on one moment, advertisement. Oh, boy. Advertisement. Thank you for watching the advertisement. My pockets, thank you. Okay, I'm back. Hello there. General Kenobi, in lowercase this time. Yar. Pirate. There's no rhyme or reason to the stapling. It is just wee ball. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Although I should probably make them a little bit nicer. Not so weirdly spaced. I don't know. It's okay so far. I am at lunch. Very nice. How's everything going for you? Dude, now I really want pizza, but I'm going to have the meatball sub instead. I am going to have the meatball sub. Something I'm trying to work on, one of my personal life skills, is learning how to not just say, Taco Bell sounds better. Let's eat that. I'm having my favorite lunch, GareTheBear YouTube, and a Kit Kat. Let's go! A Kit Kat sounds really freaking good, dude. Rosati's sounds so yummy. Ooh. Is that like Italian? I'm assuming, because we're talking about pizza, but... Cardio March, hello! Oh! 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 Yo ho! Yar! Okay. Rosati's is the Chicago pizza place in Cape. I don't even think I've ever had it, though. That's the thing I don't remember, because I don't think I've had it. Taco Bell, chef's kiss. Bro, I had Taco Bell twice yesterday. Maddie had some car trouble, so we were out a little bit later. And so I was like, let's just get Taco Bell. Because it's cheap, and also, it sounds better than cooking right now. So, got Taco Bell. Also, I'm really psyched about all these notebooks. Taco Bell not having the double-decker anymore is a violent crime against humanity. I've heard that. They brought it back for their Decades promotion at one point, but I think it's gone again. Let's see. Being broke helps with a not eating out problem. Facts. Such a big fan. I'm planning on starting pocket notebooks because of you. Cardio March. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words, and I'm also grateful that I was able to inspire you in some way. The words Taco Bell activates a sleeper agent inside me to floor it to the closest Taco Bell to get a $5 Lux Cravings box. Brother, I could not agree more. Literally, just the thought of a Crunchwrap sub chicken with rice, chipotle sauce, and then take off the sour lettuce and tomato makes me hostile. Oh yeah, I'm getting better at this whole stapling thing. See, I need another rubber band now to hold these ones together. A band of rubber. Yar. Okay. Continue. Do you have a P.O. box so we can send notebook making supplies to you? I do have a P.O. box, but it's not public yet. I'm gonna, at one point, I think I want to make it to where people can send me stuff, but I'm not doing that yet. So Pat, stay tuned. I will let the Discord know when that time is, but that time is not right now. That one was a little funky, but not too bad. Chloe says, I need lunch. I'm officially hungry. Yeah, I'm getting there. As soon as I get all these trimmed up, I'm going to have lunch myself. Thank you guys for talking Taco Bell. Now I'm hungry. Dang. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm thinking, Cardio March. That's exactly what I'm thinking. But what do you do? What do you do? All right, it's burger construction time. I'm Audi 5000. All right, enjoy your burger. The first bite is on us. I think I might have just screwed that up. You do not want to know what I might mail you. I don't want to know what you might mail me, so maybe I don't publicize my P.O. box. That, honestly, like, jokes aside, that is one of the reasons I haven't done it yet. Because I'm like, I don't want somebody to mail me something stupid. Or, like, mail me something dangerous or whatever, you know? But then again, the Postal Service does filter those things out, so maybe not. I'm excited for Honor Band because since it's a big one, I only have 2 kids going, so I treat them to Taco Bell. Oh, let's go, dude. Taco Bell and Honor Band is a great combo. Whenever I went for district band or district jazz band in 8th grade, yeah, 8th grade, we went to Dairy Queen for dinner that night. It was quite good. I had the chicken strip basket, gravy with the toast. Oh my gosh, dude. Bro, dang it. I want Dairy Queen. I'm so excited to go to the fridge, get my chicken meatballs and a Diet Pepsi, and I'm gonna have lunch, and I'm gonna watch YouTube, probably, and it's gonna be so epic. The 2 kids that are going are best friends and really fun kids. That's so good that they're best friends, too. That's awesome. Also, not gonna lie, I'm a little bummed them selling these. I'm like, oh, these are so cool. DQ toast. Yeah. 35. Thank you guys for being here once again. I really appreciate all of you who are spending your time with me today. Had to let you guys know. Churchy Boy's a channel member! What a legend! Thank you, my brother. Welcome to the membership. Early access to all the videos is now yours. And various other perks like emojis and stuff. Send the emojis if you're a channel member. If you're a channel member in the chat, send your exclusive emojis. I think there's like a field notes one. I don't remember what I put on there actually. Yeah, 2 staples is plenty. I'm glad the poll suggested, you know. Here's all I'll do. Hopefully this works, Clonely. Boom. Free channel memberships. Sent 5 free gifts. Random subscribers are being gifted memberships. I wish I could pick, you know? I wish I could pick. I'm going to mail you a beefy 5-layer burrito unwrapped. All right. Let's see. And, okay. Sorry, Chloe, I tried. I would buy... those are the free ones. I could gift more, but those cost money, so no. Ellie Brennick, hello. Welcome in. Churchy Boy is going to mail me a 5-layer unwrapped. Whoa, 10 gift memberships? Yeah, those are free. YouTube lets you do them for free. So, trust me, I didn't do that. That didn't come out of my own wallet, because ooh, buddy, that would be crazy. But 10 gifted memberships. YouTube allows free ones, which is fantastic. So, like, I think it's like once a week, once a month, I can do 10 free ones, which is really sick, actually. Oh, that was close. Either way, that's super fun to do. I forgot that was a feature. It was really fun whenever there was people that were like active in the chat that would get picked for the free membership. That's the only thing I don't like about that feature is you can't select users. Because I would select certain users in the chat and I'm like, here, you have a membership and you have a membership. Like if you're being super active in chat, I want to reward you with a free membership. I might be able, like if you pay for the thing, you might be able to do it. Like, you know, give them to a certain person, but I don't know that for sure. Well, that was a good one, sort of. We've been hovering around 40 people this whole time, and it's been insane. Thank you guys for being here. And also, let's see, that one might be scrapped, actually. I don't know. 302 Barbecue, hello, welcome in 302 Barbecue, BBQ. That sounds really good too, my gosh. Y'all are making it hard for me to not stop this stream and go eat food. It's getting close anyway, just because I'm going to trim these and then I'm going to go back. I'm going to go eat lunch. And after lunch, since you guys are here, I'm going to go out and hunt for stamps. I'm going to make another stationary vlog. Give my free membership to someone I would. I'm a Patreon member. Yes, Patrick. Oh, yeah, you're Patrick. Okay. Everyone's YouTube name and Patreon name are different usually, so it's hard to know which is which. But that would be cool. Cardi Munch, I feel like we were in a class and the teacher is telling a story instead of teaching. Bro, that's what I aspire. So back in the day, one of the career paths I almost chose was teaching. I almost wanted to be an English teacher, but I didn't, obviously. And I would have been that teacher. You could have gotten me distracted so easily, dude. So easily. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was a good one. But I'm glad that it feels like we're in a good vibes situation. Okay, this is what, 15? Plus this is 18. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Yeah. I love telling stories in class, dude. Telling stories in general is a good time. Oh, look at that. Look at all the notebooks, bro. That's so good. So I was expecting to make a lot more than not even 20, but it's been so much fun. Oh my gosh. Bro, can you imagine you as an English teacher having all the students have field notes? Bro, they would all have field notes. That would be a requirement. What I would do, at the start of the year, I would give everyone a field note. I said, this is your field note. You take it with you, you carry it on you, you keep it safe. It's like the egg, right? You gotta raise the egg. The egg is your baby. Keep the egg safe. You know, feed the egg, nurse the egg, whatever. But like, this is your field notes. There are many others like it, but this one is mine. And you keep it throughout the whole semester, and then eventually, you know, you fill it up with writings and stuff. That would be fantastic, actually. If I was, dude, low-key, might go back to school for teaching. Just kidding, I'm not going to do that, but I don't like school enough to do that. Egg custom field notes when? Hey, there's an idea. Writing it down. 302 barbecue, that'd be cool, bro. Like, imagine I wish a teacher would do field notes like that. Egg custom crafts. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna cut. Field notes should make you the ambassador or something. People have been saying that they should hire me as a designer. I think that would be so much fun to do. And I would totally vibe with that. The only thing is I need to be remote. It's the only rule to me is I need to, if it's a job, I want it to be remote. Because then I could leave my current job and still make YouTube videos. You see, that's the thing. If I could still make YouTube videos, I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat. Beautiful. See, we would if we were, you know, paid well. Oh yeah, you would get field notes for the students? That would be. Yeah, I think teachers are criminally underpaid. That's my opinion on the subject. Okay. I'm gonna do that, and then at the end I'm gonna stamp. If I worked remotely, I would play old school RuneScape all day, but I know you would, and I would watch your streams every day. Every day I would. Day. I would do many things for my kiddos if I could afford it. Bro, I feel like a lot of teachers would. Some, obviously, there's some that are just, I feel like it's more rare than it seems. But like, I just feel like teachers, if they had more money to do a certain thing, they would do a lot more things. The tools make the pocket notebook making look so serious. Bro, it's so funny having just a whole clamp there. Have you ever heard of this small streamer named Queso? You should collab with him, haha. I actually, funny enough, I haven't heard of him, so the joke is not there. Although I do think I would give Mr. Beast a chance. I would humble myself to let a little guy like him on my stream. A little YouTuber. He probably only has a couple subscribers, poor guy. queso isn't even small. Oh. Yeah, Mr. Beast would be so happy to work with you. He would be honored. They're totally underpaid. I think we should take $1 billion from our defense military fund and give it to salary of educators. I think there's lots of funds that could be taken from, but I also don't generally participate in politics, at least on this channel. Obviously, there's exceptions to everything, but that got squirrely somehow. The cut was weird, but oh well. I think we should, bro, queso is funny. You should watch some compilations. Okay. We should get everyone who was a teacher for exactly 3 years $1 billion, not biased at all. I agree. I agree. $1 billion would be light work. Somehow cutting paper seems more interesting when you are watching someone do it. It is entertaining, I think, not to like be that guy, but I feel like if there is an entertaining enough person cutting the paper, you know, or if you are, I should say this, if you are invested personally in the person cutting the paper, I think that would make it more interesting. Also, should I do it that way? Nah, I'll do it this way because I feel like it's easier to actually. Anyway, love seeing Debbie Lee. Thank you for being here. Love seeing men use notebooks and do what you do. You use better tools. Well, thank you. It is an interesting thing where, like, stereotypically, I would say men aren't as, I guess, artsy or creative or whimsical. Stereotypically. Also, I'm going to cut more off of this one because I didn't fold it straight. So this one's going to be smaller. But the size will be inconsistent, I can promise you that. Cutting is definitely ASMR. It's sending a shiver down my spine in the wrong way because sometimes the metal on metal will happen and it's disgusting to my nervous system. But I'm glad it's giving you a good experience. If you're into that, yeah. I always make custom notebooks for my friends on their birthdays. That's a good idea. I did that for my family once. It was a Christmas thing. I customized a little pen and gear notebook for them all. I might have to like hand make one of these times. Also, I think part of the problem is I'm not cutting anything straight. I'm cutting this like weird angle that I'm doing. I'm learning. Golly. May not be artsy, but many are fartsy. That is so true. Ain't no one more fartsy than middle school boys. As a former middle school boy, I can attest to that. We were very fartsy. I played basketball in middle school too, so like the locker room reeked. If I win $1 million lottery, what are you doing with your $30? Probably buying field notes and then eating ice soup for the next week. Bro, you elude whimsy. That's awesome, I'm glad. I like being whimsical. It's fun, more fun that way. On Mike, it's 100. Junior high bands, all boys. I followed you from almost the beginning, Debbie Lee. You had me at the simple Walmart notebook. Well, I'm glad you've been here. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Yeah, this one definitely got thinner. It's probably not even, hell, it's probably 3 inches. 3 1/4, not 3 1/2, but hey, it's close enough. Whatever. And try and cut off as little as possible. Ice soup, yes! Dude, ice soup is my favorite! Ice soup is my favorite. Alright. Okay. Oh yeah, that's better. Oh wow, that went smooth as butter. Holy moly. Love being your sister because I can say I was here from the super ultra beginning, your birth. LMAO, that's so facts. There's a picture with you next to me as an actual baby. I soup, I am too European for that. Am I too? That's essentially the joke of that is, if you get, like I think there's a meme, it's like, I get paid bi-weekly. Week 1, Taco Bell. Week 2, ice soup. Ice soup is water with ice in it. It's basically meaning you have no money for actual food, so you're stuck eating water. I have a question. What non-stationary company do you think would make good pocket notebooks? Oh, what non-stationary company would make good pocket notebooks? I think Samsung would make good pocket notebooks. I also think, I'm just trying to think of other brands that I like. New Balance would make good pocket notebooks. They make good shoes. I think, like, honestly, like an Apple or a Nike, some of those bigger ones would make pretty good pocket notebooks. The values of the big company may not be there, or they may be there where it's like, they make it, $100 for one, but I think they would make a quality pocket notebook still. Lots of folks. Please try Muji notebooks. Lost Packet, YouTube, welcome in. I've heard Muji's good. I've heard good things about Muji. Wild video idea. Travel to Japan for stationery? Dude, listen. That's a good idea. I just need a bit more of a budget, or I need one of those giant companies to sponsor the whole trip. What about food brands? Taco Bell pocket notebooks would be great. Oh no, Tyson. Like chicken? Tyson would make a really good pocket notebook. Because they make good chicken breasts. Of course they don't make the chicken necessarily, it's the chickens that... Anyway, but Tyson... And it's not just chicken, but that's what I think they're best known for. Food... What's a consistently good food brand? I don't even know. Oscar Mayer would probably do well. Coca-Cola. Movie and TV show characters themed. Tyson box, but themed. Oh, like a prize, like a cereal prize. Kellogg's. A cereal prize would be a pocket notebook. That'd be awesome. Like the toy inside, Or even like a Happy Meal toy. Okay. Let's see, what about food brands? Tyson box, but themed notebook pack inside. Movie and TV show character theme, I'm assuming notebooks? Or like covers. Petition for Field Notes to sponsor a trip to Japan. Yo, that'd be kind of funny because Field Notes is based out of Chicago. Churchy boy, back to work. Wah! Enjoy your stream, brother. Talk to you later. Thank you, man. Thank you for being here, brother. I appreciate it. And also, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Pat, have you seen one? Starry Shark cereal themed notebooks would be fantastic, Chloe. Hi, GareTheBear. I have a random question. Would you ever want to hand make your own notebook cover similar to Traveler's Notebook? So creative and inspiring. Keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate that. I would. I think it'd be really cool. I talked about it a little bit earlier. I think it'd be really dope to do my own leather cover. I would need to learn a lot about how to do leather work, but I would enjoy it. I enjoy making things, so it would be fun for me. Have you seen Pen Meets World videos? He uses boxes for brands as covers when he makes his. Pen Meets World was actually in the chat not long ago. I don't know if he's still here or not. But I don't think I've watched them, but I've seen thumbnails of like, maybe not him, but like other people doing, that essentially. I did one, let me show you. I did one several months ago out of a Taco Bell box. So Taco Bell had a promotion where it was like decades where they were celebrating the different decades of Taco Bell branding. And their $5 box came in a box that had that on it, so I made a notebook out of it. So, that's dope. This is one that hasn't really been shown much in it. It was shown like in one video, I think. Okay, how was that? How's that? Okay, sorry about the sound, The mic died. No it didn't. What the heck? I don't really know what. Oh, the camera died. The overhead camera died. That's what happened. That's what happened. The overhead camera died. Here's what we're gonna do. The mic is fine. Here's what we're gonna do. Gonna do a little. Actually, I can't do it that way. Looks like we're stuck. Actually, here's what we're gonna do. Which one's better? Better.
Yeti?
Yeti? Probably better.
How's that?
How's that?
Oh, echoing.
Now.
Now
It's working.
There we go. That's better. Probably. Yo. Yep, no, there was an echo because there was two audio inputs going at the same time. Okay, I fixed it. Whew. Yeah, so the mic didn't die. The mic didn't die, but the camera that the mics were attached to did. So that is what happened. Okay. Sorry about that little delay there, friends. Luckily, we've got a backup. Unforeseen events, but that's okay. Okay. The Office field notes would be cool. The funny thing is, it's based on a paper company. I've not actually seen The Office. I would like to, though. Have you tried Big Idea pens? No, I haven't. I have not. Yeah. Sorry about the audio issues, guys. King Chicken, hey, thanks for showing up here. Welcome in. No sound, mic dead. Taco Bell notebook. Yeah. The Office is so good. Ice Bear. Yeah, I would love to watch it. I would love to. I just haven't. And it's one of those things, starting a new show or something like that is really overwhelming for me. Generally, like I have to really, really want to. Actually, that's probably better that way anyway. Yeah, that's what she said. We are at a little over, actually, we're almost at 2.5 hours. Gotta finish cutting these bad boys, and then I'm gonna go to lunch. Oh, it didn't cut straight. Explosions. It's all right. This is why I have one hand on the ruler and then the clamp. So I only have to hold one thing. How's the audio quality? Is it the same, worse, better, different? I'm using my Yeti mic now. I was using a Rode Wireless Go mic that was attached to the camera. Okay, I feel like you'd like them. That's what she mentioned. I feel like you'd like them because they take inserts but are titanium bodies for big pens. Interesting. So, like, wait a minute. So is it like, I've seen places that do custom bodies, but for, Pilot G2s and Zebra pens and various bigger brands of pens, or like more common pens. Oh my goodness. I don't know, I've seen stuff like that. But... Okay. It's better? Okay. The mic is better? Interesting. Good. I'm glad it's better. I was using the lav mics because I was moving from place to place. But now that I'm on this last section, I'm only at this station, it kind of works. Straight either. Okay. Big Idea stuff is so cool, but also so expensive. I feel like a lot of cool stationery is expensive. It's such a pricey market. But, a lot of times you get what you pay for, I think. Though that does depend quite a bit. Just the fun of handling all these. Oh, dude. Ice Bear, gotta go to work. Bye-bye. See you later. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Oh, I need to get the vacuum in here eventually. Clean up all this paper pieces. Oh, I'm really getting hungry. Also, I'm grateful for my internet because at the start, or like before I started the streaming, my internet went out completely. It was weird. But it was fixed, I guess, somehow right before I started, like maybe half an hour before I started. And I'm grateful it's been holding up well. Duration of the stream. Got a list of 100 plus inserts, Parker style refills. Interesting. I want to try a Parker pen, but I have never done it yet. Funny question, but have you tried chip bags and candy wrappers as like a notebook cover? I have not, but I think that'd be really cool. It'd be really, really cool. Okay, now we're gonna go back to cutting. That was a yucky sound. What is that? Remember when I made my first pocket notebook? I used a sander, not a sander, but I used sandpaper as the way to smooth the edges down, and it was actually quite effective, believe it or not. Okay. That one took a little bit longer just because I had a little lump in there somewhere. Oh, that's what happened. Jesus. But it's part of the humanity of the thing, you know? Okay. God, that looks so goofy. There might be some of these that I keep because they're a little bit jank. What do you think, though? Would you still buy one, or would you still be satisfied with your purchase if it was like, I don't know, however many bucks, like $5 in a notebook or whatever, but it was handmade by a YouTuber that you liked? Like, would you still buy it, or would you still be satisfied with it if it was a little bit janky? And be honest here. Be honest here, because if you wouldn't be satisfied, I will just take these out of the stack and then keep them. Looks good, thank you. Big Ideal baseline is not too bad in price. Love my bolt action. I imagine the fancier model you get, the more expensive it's going to be just by nature, regardless of brand. Some people like jank. True. Honestly, for example, the Hatch print field notes set, Hatch show print, those actually are like a 1/4 inch shorter than I mentioned this in a video. They're a 1/4 inch shorter than every other field note. So like 5 1/4 instead of 5 1/2 or whatever. No, it's an 1/8. They're an eighth of an inch shorter. And so apparently the whole set was like that per a comment that I received. And so I'm like, I think it's kind of unique because then, you know, it's not so much, it's kind of a rarity in a way. I would buy something custom or original. Okay, thank you, Jay Charles. Appreciate that. Like I said, they're all going to be a little bit different, a little bit janky, but they're homemade. They're handmade by yours truly. I think that's really fun. All right. That one was really clean. Oh. If it was more than maybe 1 centimeter out of alignment, I'd probably offer it as a discounted. Toss in a little bookmarker sticker. Thank you, treat. I like the idea of selling it still, but at a discount. So, like, have the main set of them, and then have the ones that are like the jank, right? Where they're a little bit off, but they're still available. Good idea. Then I would sell it at a discount, and like you said, throw in a little something maybe. But that's also if you want to buy a janky one on purpose. You know, I don't know. You could look at it a lot of different ways. But thank you for the input. I appreciate that. Got this one, and then 4 more. We are making progress, gang. Clamp that as tight as possible. Clean. That was so clean, dude. Oh, love it. See, as I get going, I'm going to refine the process. And by the time I'm done, I'll be like really, really good at it. Look at that. Those are so epic. Oh my god. See, this is not... I'm not making them nearly at the rate that I thought I might. But I'm having fun, and that's more important. So cool. Okay. Lock in. I think I am going to do bookmarks with these anyway, because it's kind of like a fun little, hey, this is the same cardstock that I used to make the notebook, and I don't want to just get rid of the cutoff. So here you go. Have a bookmark. Okay. Oh, duh. Maybe not, maybe not. All right. Yeah, that's getting cleaner. It's weird that we are also having fun watching you do this manual labor. That's so awesome. I'm so glad. You know they make a long arm stapler? Ooh. Actually, I think I know that. I think they have one at my work, actually. It staples a lot more pages. At least the one that I know it does. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying. Kiwi died on stream after working on the world for 4 streams. The seed was cloned. Bro! That's so... Oh, yeah, because it was hardcore probably, wasn't it? That's so sad. Oh, that's unfortunate. Sorry, Kiwi, to hear that. Oh, man. Also, I don't think it's weird that you guys are having fun watching this, because honestly, I would have fun watching this too, if I was you. And then that's one of those things that they say, you know, on YouTube. It's like, make something that you would watch, you know? And I would watch this. So. Okay. This one, and then 2 more. We are almost there. Beautimus.
I got enough paper to make, I don't know, hundreds of these things. Maybe 1,000. I don't know. So there's going to be a lot. Going to be a lot. Okay. Dude, that's so satisfying. All these little flaky pieces of paper coming off at the same time. It's so juicy. Okay. Boom. I'm really happy with the quality of the stream because like it hasn't really lagged, except for obviously the mic dying, but like that was out of my control. But like I'm really happy with the way it's gone technically. This is the last notebook of the stream, my friends. Super, super happy that you're here. That you decided to spend some time with me today. I'm really, really grateful for all of you that are here. Now, this isn't the last thing I'm doing on stream. This is just the last notebook that I'm cutting. I will go through and stamp all of them, which is going to be really fun. All right. Just like that. What is that, like 15? God, I got that one greasy or something. So these are all cut and stapled. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 notebooks I was able to make in 2 hours and a half-ish. So now, I was going to say we're going over to the overhead rig, but that one died. So we have this shot to work with today, at least for the remainder of the stream. So, I'm going to tidy up a little bit. Look at all this. Crap. That's crazy. Okay. Oh, it's like Easter grass or something. Anyway. Let us stamp. So instead of field notes, they're all going to say GTB. I'm seeing a lot of people in the wilderness being like, what does GB stand for? And I get it, because it does kind of look like there's no T there, but the T is interwoven in the logo, you see. The T is meant to be kind of there's a T in there. Wow. Oh, this is so satisfying, dude. So satisfying. Oh, dude, we are out here stamping. I don't want to I don't want to touch the area where it's been stamped too soon.
I don't want it to smear or do anything weird like that. So let's say of steady work, because we also had where the mic went down. Of steady work time, we're looking at a solid 2.5 hours, start to finish, for all these. What kind of paper is the cover made from? Debbie says it is 110 pound 300 GSM cardstock. So it's comparable to the Pitch Black field notes as far as weight. The paper on the inside, the innards, is 24 pound 76 GSM, I think. 76. I think also in regards to, I'm a paper crafter. Very cool. Very nice, Debbie. But I was thinking, what I'm thinking about is, so I mentioned earlier how the sizes are going to vary because I'm a human cutting. And so with that, I'm wondering, I'll probably put in the description of the product somewhere saying, hey, size may vary, but it is generally 3.5 by 5.5. Also, I've got enough of these now, I can just kind of like band them together with a rubber band, and that will help them hold their form, which is going to be really sick. Super, super cool. I'm going to organize them by color, actually, now that I've got them made. Dude, that's so awesome. I just made a ton of field notes, basically. Handcrafted items all have variances. You're exactly right. And that's what's so nice about them, That's so satisfying. Because then, each single item you get is going to be different. And there's a beauty in that. Also, I made 4 of each and then 2 orange ones. If I'd have thought more ahead, I probably would have made 5 of each. And then that'd been it. But either way, look at this. Better than field notes. Oh, I think quality-wise, these are probably better. Look at that. That's a thumbnail all day long. Look at that. That's so cool. That's so cool. I'm so happy with that. Oh my gosh. Though I have to alternate them because they'll hold better that way. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm so happy with this. Pure bliss. Looking good, thank you. Oh my gosh. That's so good. That's so good. I'm thrilled. See, I geek out with your videos. Oh my gosh, thank you, Debbie. They look awesome all together. Like, I agree. All together, they look so sick. Oh my gosh. I love it. Oh no, I smeared that one. Crap. Well, more to the homemade nature, I suppose. Oh, no, I touched it with my thumb, and then I thumb printed it. Oh, my God. Now my thumbprint is out here. Ecstatic. Great stuff. Thank you. And 2 staples is plenty good, by the way. 2 staples is fine. So, yeah. I kind of don't want to keep them banded, but you seem to be about the age of my older kids. I'm rooting for you like a mama. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. Nothing quite like being rooted for. I appreciate that. I'll actually be turning 24 in 9 days. Valentine's, baby. So, there you go. Creator's fingerprints. Aha. Yeah, so now you can clone me. Thank you. No, just kidding. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. One of me's plenty. Nothing like the support of a man. Facts. Now, where can I buy one of those? Okay. I'm going to list them on my merch site here in the next few weeks. So that's where they will live. Debbie, they'll be available there. Let's see, probably early March. That's what I'm shooting for. Early March is when I want them to come out public. I would like to make a few more. That way I have a bit more of an inventory in case they sell out really fast. Hopefully I have to face that problem. But happy birthday. My older kids are 30 and 26 in March. Nice. Happy birthday to them in March. Very cool. But yeah, these will be available on the merch site soon, within the next month or so. Just because I want to give them time to settle and also to build up an inventory. So I may do another one of these streams within the next month, ideally. But don't count on it because I don't know what the schedule's looking like. But that's going to be, it'll be in the Discord when I know. And also I'll put it on a community post. So 26th in April, yes. So fun. So happy with this. I'm so psyched. I am turning 28 in March. Nice. We're all getting up there. All of us, man. We're getting closer to 30 every day. Tears. Nah, man. I'm psyched. The more age, the more wisdom. Theoretically. Okay. That's exciting. Look at this pile of paper over here. Look at this pile of paper. So fun. This was so much fun. This was so much fun. This is where I'm going to call it, though. I'm going to wrap it up for the day. Thank you so much for being here. All of you. Whoever's been here, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for hanging out with me for 2.5 hours, almost 3 years. Thank you for chatting, supporting. I appreciate you. Thank you to those who super chatted. Thank you to those who became members. Thank you to everybody for being here. 30 this year, my 20s. Take care. Have a nice one. Debbie, adult years fly. We're going to enjoy them. Thank you guys a ton for hanging out. Expect another one soon. I would love to do another one of these soon. I don't know when, but I want to. Stay posted. Subscribe with notifications. Make sure you are aware because this was a blast. I want to do it again. I want to do it again, again, and again. I'm going to keep doing this. So much fun. Thank you guys for being here and hanging out once again. I'll see you guys again next time. Bye-bye. Where's the end stream button? Oh, dear.